Jake Paul knocks Anderson Silva to the canvas and takes the win in a good fight. Jake Paul defeated Anderson Silva by unanimous decision after 8 rounds in a cruiserweight bout in Glendale, Arizona. Far from what was thought, both fighters put on a good show. And for those who doubted Silva's quality, the Brazilian showed that despite his 47 years he is in good shape, and at times gave the impression that he could take the win. Silva started better than Paul. Anderson brought out his experience in the first rounds. He handled his leg movement very well. He got his left hand out well, and at times he connected well with his opponent. Paul threw few punches, but all with power. He wanted to rip the Brazilian's head off with one punch, but he had a hard time finding the right distance. Silva to the canvas. Anderson Silva came out with all his weapons for the last round. He threw violent combinations, but just when he was changing guard, Paul surprised him with a tremendous right hand that sent him to the canvas. Silva held on for 8 seconds with a knee on the canvas, then got to his feet and continued the fight. With the knockdown, Paul knew the win was in his corner, so he went about defending himself and avoiding the exchange of punches. The judges saw 77 minutes 74, 78 minutes 73, and 78-73, all for Jake Paul, who remained undefeated in his professional career. How will Jake Paul and Anderson Silva fight, boxing or MMA? YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul and former UFC champion and legend Anderson Silva will enter the ring this Saturday, October 29th at 9 p.m. for a boxing match that will be broadcasted exclusively by Showtime as a pay-per-view event. Jake Paul is jeopardizing his undefeated record. Jake Paul has quickly become a huge celebrity in the boxing world, but the world keeps claiming that he hasn't faced real competition inside the ring, and many have also accused him of fixing his fights, even though those allegations have never been proven. Paul has an undefeated professional boxing record in 5 fights so far, with 4 of his wins coming through TKO. But he's now an underdog for his fight against former UFC champ Anderson Silva. Jake Paul has a message to everyone betting on his fight. Jake Paul has expressed his admiration and respect for Anderson Silva, but despite that he wants to take home the win against the legend and has a message for everyone who's betting against him. The problem child told TMZ Sports that everyone that bets against him will eventually lose their money. Everybody will come back to this interview after the fight and say, "Wow, he really predicted the future," before adding he has a crystal ball in his room and has already been able to see the outcome.